We stressing out.
I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. It could go either way.
So now fast forward to end of the night, meet and greet. And I'm like, hey girl, let me get some of this dark. This girl drops her bag and swings off me, y'all.
We live, baby. We live, y'all.
Welcome to Scoopz Podcast. It's your girl, Two Scoops, and I'm back with another episode of How Planning My Family Reunion Left Me Traumatized. That's right, traumatized. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Scoopz Podcast, your ultimate destination for the latest scoop. From traveling to in depth discussions on sports, the LGBTQ plus community, entrepreneurship, and more. Scoopz Podcast covers it all. Stay informed, inspired, and entertained with fresh updates and thought provoking content that brings you in the know. If you're looking for a channel that brings diverse topics and engaging perspectives, you've come to the right place. Subscribe now and never miss a scoop. Let's get back into it. Um, Last episode, we went into the fundraiser and all the details about that and all the good stuff that came with that. So after the fundraiser, we were pretty much, moving full steam ahead. Deposits are starting to slowly trickle on in. Folks are sending their money in, and things are getting paid, and we're moving right along. The due date that we did set for the payment was June 15th, and we set June 15th because the picnic is August 17th. So we want to have enough time to make sure we have an accurate head count for whatever we need to tell the vendors. We were able to start placing deposits on vendors and, getting additional vendors that we had. Let's see, we had a pit master, we have a bouncy house, we have a DJ, we have a snow cone with a serving person. We are going to have a band, courtesy of my wife. Uh, we have the person that's doing the desserts and the catering. Um, and we also have a serving staff for the food. We have the t-shirts. Now, we wanted to do gold shirts, but the gold wasn't available in everyone's sizes. Like the 4X, 5Xs, things of that sort. And so we didn't want to make them feel excluded. So the great idea came is, hey, since it's black and gold, let's just have some have gold shirts and some have black shirts. And we thought that would just tie in perfect. Um, but then we went to go pick up the shirts. And the shirts, the gold was a little off from the gold that was on the black shirt. And I'm over here just a mess because I'm like, oh, wow, it's a different color, it's a different shade. Um, and then here goes the mess with Q and his wife Moesha. So Q, he's the vice president. Um, and before we even placed the order, I had reached out to Q to be like, hey, what do you think about this gold shirt? Q actually wanted to go with some like yellow shirt than a gold. And I'm like, no, we really need a gold. And so Q had said, hey, because I don't really know fashion too well, and I trust your fashion sense. So if you say let's do the gold, we're gonna do the gold. I'm rocking with you, okay? This is what he said. So now we're at the t-shirt shop, and we picking up these shirts for the reunion. And I call him because I'm a mess. I said, hey, they don't exactly match, and you know I don't want to be embarrassed, and these folks are gonna talk about me and all these things. And I'm reaching out to Q for support, and Q is just like, well, I told you I like the other shirt anyway. Okay, great, Q. Well, what we can't. This is like less than a few days from the picnic. What can we do now? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like I didn't need that energy in that moment. And then got off the phone with him, discussing it with my wife. I'm discussing it with the lady at the shop, and she's really like just trying to calm my nerve because she's dealt with this plenty of times. Um, and they're just reassuring me that the shirts do look good. They don't match 100%, but they look good. And so the t-shirt lady, shout out to the t-shirt lady. She a real one because she broke it down to me. And she said, "Let me tell you, 80% is going to love what you're doing. 80%. Because you're doing it for the family. You're putting your heart and soul into it. So 80% going to love it. But I'm going to let you know right now, 20% is not going to like what you do, regardless. They just not gonna like it, and they gonna depict it. They gonna tear it apart, try to tear it down, or whatever you didn't try to build. So you got to be strong for that 20%. You know, another one of those moments, and I just appreciate her for breaking it down because they gave me an armor to say, you know what, all right, let's do it. You know what I mean? We agreed to do, since I wasn't sure about the colors matching, and the shop lady, she decided, she said, hey, because you're feeling this way, what I'll do is the committee members, we'll give them the option to have a gold shirt or a black shirt. So you can pick whichever one you want to wear. The committee members can pick whichever ones you want to wear. But Q and his wife Moesha decided to call me and my wife back. Because now Moesha decides that she wants a black shirt. Hey y'all, it's your girl Two Scoops, and I'm coming to you with the latest scoop. Check it out. All right, y'all. We got Rihanna in the news. And unfortunately, it's not for another album, but it is for another baby. That's right. Her and ASAPRocky are expecting baby number 3. And I guess that would explain why he was jumping over the courtroom when he got found not guilty a few months back. Next, we got Michael B. Jordan and the movie Sinners. They are planning on having a screening in the town of Clarksdale, Mississippi, because there is no local movie theater and folks have to travel, to Memphis to see the screening. So they decided that they're going to have a movie screening of Sinners tentatively for June 19th, and possibly Michael B. Jordan may be showing up. Next, we have Michelle Obama. Now, Michelle Obama is in the news because she just let everyone know that she is in therapy. So, for all y'all wondering why she hasn't made these events standing next to Barack, it's because she's focusing on herself. Because now Moesha decides that she wants a black shirt. Now, mind you, Moesha isn't on the committee. My wife isn't on the committee. So they're going to be in a gold shirt because that's what's in their size. And so, but Moesha, a wife of the committee member, wanted a black shirt. And we didn't have that time. I mean, honestly, it probably could have gotten done, or I don't know what, but it was just at the wrong time to be complaining about something like that. We over here stressed out. We stressing out. Mind you, Q missed the last meeting before the reunion. I had to call him and say, "Hey, we're supposed to be having a meet and greet at your house, and you missed the meeting." I didn't hold it to his head. I just was like, "Okay, that's kind of messed up, but I understand. You working, you overslept. It is what it is. So now here it is. It comes to the t-shirts, and you guys are tripping. So that night, honestly, me and my wife didn't even get back to them because we were so stressed out, and it was down to the wire. So the next day, get up. It's back to business. Picnic is a few days away. I reach out to Q and Moesha because we decided to have the meet and greet at their house in their backyard. So we have the t-shirts, ordered the food. Some of the committee members are bringing refreshments. Everything's setting up. So I reach out to them and I send them a group message and I say, hey, this has been ordered. This has been ordered. This person's dropping this off at this time. This is the net. And they don't respond back to me. Crickets all day. You know, I'm guessing they offended because I didn't get back to them the night before about the t-shirts, but
like I'm just fed the fuck up. I can't take another minute of this bullshit. Oh.
Honestly, I feel like they should have gave me a break. This is a big event and I'm stressed out and I give them so much leniency. I guess I couldn't get any. So, with that being said, the next day they ignored me all day. Didn't have anything to say to me until later on in the evening. Brittany reached out in the committee group chat and she was saying that she wasn't going to be able to make it to the meet and greet. And I thought that was kind of strange because Brittany was one of the biggest supporters of a meet and greet. She really wanted it. So now she's like, oh no, I can't make it. And I was like, oh, perfect timing because you can't make it. Mo and Q can't respond. It's their house. Let's just cancel it because I don't need this extra stress. You see what I'm saying? And here comes Q. He finally decides to respond and he's like, oh, we're getting our house together. We paid $300 for cleaners to come out, and that's pretty messed up if we cancel and this and that. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so now you know how to respond because we were waiting on you. I was waiting on you all day to confirm things, and now that someone says they want to cancel it, now you're able to respond. And so that was pretty jacked up. Yeah, it was pretty jacked up. So the next morning, me and Q still haven't talked. And the next morning, I'm like, well, maybe we should cancel it. And then I get up and I'm hearing from everyone else on the committee of how Q tried to reach out to them and still have the meet and greet without me. I think that was pretty jacked up. And up until that morning, so the reunion was on a Saturday and the meet and greet was that Friday. And so that Friday morning, I had held out hope that me and him could talk. But I guess it just really offended me that he thought he could still have this meet and greet without me.
On the guys on. It's back door. I'm nervous, but I ain't nervous, but I'm nervous though.
I'm the president of this committee. I'm in contact with everyone. I've ordered the food. I have the t-shirts. But I've been putting in all this work. Well, we all been putting in the work, but I've been putting a little extra in because you are the committee member, or the head of the committee, and you want everyone to look good. And so I was distraught. Like, what do I do? And gotta love my wife. Gotta love that woman. She said, baby, let's still have the meet and greet, but let's just change locations. We can have it at the park where we had my reunion. They could pull up, we could set the food out. And she said, just send out the text message to everybody. You got the contacts. Let everybody know we changed locations.
Boom.
Girl, I love it. Love it. So that's exactly what we did. Sent out mass text message to everybody and said location of the meet and greet has been changed, and we changed it to a different park. We didn't need a permit for anything because we were just setting up for everyone to come get their t-shirts. And that's exactly what we did. And when I tell y'all, everybody showed up. We had the food set out, we had the t-shirts set out, and we have some music out there too. And when I tell you it was a good vibe, it was a good ass, excuse me, it was a good vibe. Like, the meet and greet was a success. And I was just outdone. But Q and Moesha and they tribe, they did show up. You know, folks talked them into coming, you know, and they came. They was a little sour, but they came. Um, One thing I don't like is, you know, it's one thing for me and that person not to agree, but I don't know if they had the conversation with the kids in the car and they told them don't speak, and that's what them kids did. They didn't speak. Hey, that's how they raising them. I can't complain with that. Um, but let me get into this other tea, y'all. So, like I said, the meet and greet was a success. End of the night, end of the meet and greet. Mind you, I'm on a high because I'm like, wow, we still pulled it off despite all this drama that we just had. And so we're packing up, loading up the night, ending the night. And, you know, security's come through. They say, y'all got to shut it down. You know, black folks, we want to keep going. We having a good time, but security like, hey, it's sundown. We got to start shutting it down. So we shutting it down. We loading it up. And one of my cousins, Lisa, I overheard her talking to somebody, and she was like, "Yeah, I got light or dark." And man, at the end of the night, I'm tipsy. I'm in a great mood. I walk over to her, and I'm like, "Hey, let me get some of that dark, girl." She turns around to me and says, "You need to apologize to me first." And instantly, I apologize. But wait, side note, we had a conversation back in the summertime, and I explained to her, you know, her mom has deceased. She passed a few years ago. Love her. Never would disrespect her. But my mom is still alive. And so my cousin Lisa, her siblings, their kids, they don't respect my mom. And that's still their aunt. They live in the same small town and don't even speak to her, you know? And I think it's pretty messed up. And so I just simply said to her, we was at Q's birthday party, and I simply said to her, you know, despite the things that your mom has done, I would never disrespect her. And I said, but it's not the same on your end from you and your siblings. And so I think she kind of got offended by that. Um, and we didn't really talk on it after that, but I just knew she felt some type of way. So now fast forward to end of the night, meet and greet. And I'm like, hey girl, let me get some of this dark. And she's like, you need to apologize. And so instantly I apologize because I understand that she's still grieving, you know. Whether what I said was right or wrong, I want to apologize so that we can move forward. Because at the end of the day, that's still family. This is what we're here for. So I instantly give her the apology she asked me for. She then goes on to say, that's not good enough. You always want to run your mouth and this and that. I said, look, I'm apologizing. I'm standing here apologizing. I'm like, I knew you felt some type of way when I said it a few months back. I wish we could have had a conversation more about it, you know, went out to eat, talk. But as I'm saying this making her more upset that I'm simply talking. I'm not getting loud. She drops her bag to me. I'm getting loud with her and all this type of stuff. And I'm standing there like, hey, I'm apologizing to you. Like, for real. And this girl drops her bag and swings off me, y'all. Yes, she did. She swings off me. And I'm dumbfounded. I'm stuck like, did she really just swing off me? I know she didn't. And so in that moment, I reached around because you ain't finna just get a lick off me. Because when it hit me, my cousins, my male cousins, they jumped in with the quickness and they did not let us get to fighting. They divided us. They saw it, but I still reached around and scratched the ass. I ain't gonna lie. I had to. You ain't finna just hit me and thinking you untouchable. So by that point, they breaking us up. My wife, you know, pulling me apart. She's pulling me away, and she's like going off on me. And she's like, why are you doing this? Why are you at, you know, you have an event. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, hey, she hit me first. Did you not see me say apology, I'm apologizing. And this woman just hit me. I can't believe this. So now, as we're off to the side having this conversation, Lisa is still walking away, and she studied talking, y'all. Study talking mess. And she like, yeah, F you and F yo fat A mama. My mom is sitting right there. Y'all, y'all already know. It took everything in me, like the fucking Incredible Hulk, to get under the restraints of people that was holding me back. And I ran over that to that girl. Because I'm like, it's one thing to say fuck me, but you going to say fuck my mama in front of me? That's why I was ready. If you thought I wasn't ready the first time, the second time I was ready to tear that ass up. And my fucking cousins, it was like we was running towards each other in fucking slow motion because I was gonna fuck her ass up. My cousins, they jumped in again and stopped us from fighting. I thank them for that because, really we should not be out here fighting. But when you so full of emotions, it can get to you. And I was a little under influence. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely was. But once again, they stepped in, separated us, and I got the quickness though. I used to play volleyball, basketball, softball. They separated us, but my ass whoop whoop swooped around and yanked a few of them braids out of her head. You gonna feel me? You gonna feel me? You wanna run your mouth? You got a bald spot in front of your head, girl. Keep playing with me. But anyway, so I went home. I was riding a high before that fight. And I went home so just, oh my goodness, so enraged because I felt like she just couldn't let me win. She couldn't let the night be a success. And I felt like that was what was boiling in her at the end of the night. And I simply just asked for a drink, y'all. And my wife was like, why you asking the girl for a drink? We got our own drink. It wasn't that. It was just because we was our family. I'm making conversation. Honestly, I didn't need the funky little drink. But it was just like, hey, let me get a little drink, just being out lighthearted. But, people going to have their motives. And that's really what it was. And that was really hurtful. I'm not going to lie. I never thought that I would have a fight at the meet and greet. I'm so shocked. I can't believe it. But y'all stay tuned for part 5, the reunion.